Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm the account planner on this team. And today we're going to take you through our answer to the client brief for Beats by Dre. So the client came to us with a business problem that they were saturated in their current target group and they wanted to expand to new audiences. And then when we dwelled on that business problem and we did research and we spoke to people within that target audience, we found out that more than that, they feel alienated by Beats. They feel like they're not spoken to, that they're not represented, and for that reason, they cannot connect to the brand. So our objective is to trigger desire on 45 to 55-year-olds to own a pair of Beats. We segmented the target market a little bit more than what the client gave us, especially in this case, because when the target is too broad, sometimes you're not speaking and resonating really with anyone. And because we found out that people felt like they were not represented by Beats and Beats didn't communicate to them, we wanted to have a campaign really tailored toward a specific kind of people, who here we call the MTV generation. So they are a segment of Generation X. They enjoy a wide variety of music for entertainment. So they're not your typical audiophile. They listen to music for the fun of it. Most of them are married. They live with their families in an urban environment. And they have personality traits that resonate with the Beats personality and with the target that we already own. We've found some really interesting research that showed us that our target goes online for their love of nostalgia. So they love to go on YouTube and search past music events and people. And one particular search is Purple Rain. So they love to go back and to relive those moments. 75% of people watch YouTube to relive past moments. And that brings us to our insight, which is Gen Xers' choice of music may be old, yet it makes them feel young as it connects them to memorable moments of their youth. So when we identified this key insight, we built a campaign that is around the strategy of Beats helps you reconnect with your inner youth.
So every time that we were talking about this brief, I saw my dad came to my mind, because he's part of our target, and he has this tradition, like when he feels under pressure, he started listening old music, and he used to tell me a story when he was young that he went partying in some places. And that's why we want to feel to our target. We want to make them feeling forever young, because we want to play with nostalgia, and nostalgia is equal emotion times 3. So each concept is related to an emotion, and to relate it to a song, we decide to call them we take the inspiration from all lyric songs. So my friend Amaya is going to explain the first execution.
All right, so the first concept is I want to dance with somebody. And I'm going to take you through this art installation that we would create to, promote the Beats by Dre to our target. So there is a huge art installation on a public space, and it's a huge boombox. And once you go inside that boombox, you get Beats by Dre headphones and roller skates. And you get to dance and smell the wood and the rubber from the skaters. And you get to listen to the 80s songs. So you get transformed back to the entire 80s and in the neon theme, so to kind of give you the whole party all around feeling. The next concept would be for the very first time. So we would promote that through our Facebook campaign that we're going to go into after this concept. And you get a boombox package. And that boombox package that looks like a boombox is the headphones, Beats by Dre, a cassette that you can plug the headphones in, And there is a vintage-looking movie theater ticket, as well as a snack voucher. So once you get in your car, the day has come, you go to this installation, to this little pop-up, and you drive through snack bars that remind you of the 80s, that the packaging is from the 80s, everything, the feel, the touch is from the 80s, and you drive through everything, and at the end awaits a movie theater that's open, and you can watch the movie Dirty Dancing from your car, because Dirty Dancing takes you right back to the 80s, right? Our next concept, Natalie's going to talk about, which kind of links into our second concept and how we would promote the box.
So this one's called It Must Have Been Love, and the idea here is to take snippets of 80s love movies and make them into vignettes on a Facebook campaign. So there's this really famous movie that the name escapes me right now, where the guy's in love with this girl, he brings this boombox. Yeah, and he's like, I need to show her how I love her through this song. Now imagine it a little bit tweaked with, she has beats on from another guy and she can't listen to the song. So the beats automatically wins. It's bringing beats, incorporating beats into something that's so relatable, and when you go and you look at it, you're like, oh no, they didn't. That's hilarious. It takes you back to your youth, and you kind of remember what it was to feel like that, or when you saw that, or you get that excitement. We want to evoke emotion, and that's basically how we're selling this. It's not get this. No, we're going to evoke an emotion from your past that you're going to experience through this. So all in all, it's the way you make me feel that's going to sell beats to these our target market, and that's exactly what we want them to take. When we put on the beats, it's the way that it makes them feel. Thank you.
Yeah, more.
I don't know what to do about the love one yet, but I love it, but yet I don't know if it's on strategy, but let's go back and talk about your setup. Can you go to your first slide? Sorry, just because oh, no, second slide. That's cool. I like that you used this sort of 80s and you had the 80s theme, and that's like what we mean by storytelling and having consistency, so the font and all that. And you set up the objective well, and I love always having a hand, obviously. MTV generation helps us have some sort of something to relate to. If you keep going, though. And the idea that there's this nostalgia and memories and the feeling forever young. If you, keep going to your strategy. This is a great insight. Go back. That's a great insight. You know, it's a play on words, too, which I like, that you are sort of challenging that the music is old, but it makes them feel young. That's fine. And then go to the strategy. Helps you reconnect with your inner youth. I just want the reasons to believe here. You know, why? Or unless it's just that you're just, instead, maybe just trying to align beats with the music of their childhood. It's like that's where the creative ideas are going. It's hard for me to separate since they are the songs from my childhood. And I love that you use the titles of songs from the 80s as the concept names. And there's something really lovely about that and fun. I just don't know. And I want to pull apart to make sure that you really, that I'm giving you the right guidance, just in terms of strategic sort of thinking and setup, and really making sure there's something powerful in the message there. And so what I would challenge is just to think about why. What is their right to win on this claim that it helps you reconnect with your inner youth? I'm not sure any headphone or any music speaker couldn't just put 80s songs and have the same effect.
Well, in terms of my creative feedback, well, overall feedback first. That's why I was like, hey, more claps, you know what I mean? It's not the Jeb Bush, please clap, you know what I mean? Your presentation was amazing in terms of the strategy, killer. It was exactly like you were guiding us with the hand, and then all the creative was evoking your strategy through a gimmick that at the end is a gimmick that is using those songs. That's brilliant.
But am
From
I
a storytelling standpoint, just from a storytelling standpoint. Strategy wise, maybe you can challenge it. You know what I mean? Maybe you can find the one that you like the most because, well, then the gimmick comes to play now because, oh, I like this song more, and that's why I received that idea maybe better. That's audience. You know what I mean? You have to read the audience. You guys did a great job on that end of using the song names, but just make sure that that doesn't overpower your idea, because sometimes what happens is that when you were explaining the idea, I was just having fun with me thinking like, what the fuck, like the guy John Cusack, and then the girl, like you just move the camera and she's like with the Beats headphone, like the playlist of the other guy. You know what I mean? Like totally opposite scene of what really happened. That's a great campaign, great killer creative campaign in that sense. Like they have the budget to do this, they would kill it if they do the kind of shit. She's saying, yeah, any other headphones. That's the typical client's gonna tell you that. Oh, but why me and not Sony? Why me and not Bose? Or you know what I mean? But how do you challenge that? Just articulate it in a way that in your strategy, like as she's saying, yeah, this nice, okay, good thought put together. Then after this, just give it a little why.
All the way up with your windows down because it amplifies everything. I think it's, what is it, the bass, the bass? Bass, thank you. So it kind of emphasizes on a certain part of the music, and it becomes very empowering to the ear. So it's not like smooth, or it's not like it takes you like balanced. It's, I'm gonna emphasize this. That's what Beats does, yeah. So when I read that of, oh, this is like putting my radio all the way up and driving with the windows down, then that's what you got to do. That's the experience they're looking for.
About your campaign, and maybe that's where I'm like missing the sort of, yeah.
Yeah, it feels really good in terms of it's tight, very tight in terms of cohesion. You know?
Yeah, your insight to your strategy is tight. Yes.
In the end, you know, like until the last slide, consistent, like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean with how you don't present something that is like block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4 of the presentation. You guys need to make it on the storytelling feel this cohesive, but of course with an angle that is one angle. You know what I mean? When you grab that angle by the horn, this feels like this. Now, maybe, yeah, of course, you're maybe missing a little bit.
All I'm missing is like the benefit, like, is it relive the fun of your inner youth? Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's like, you've got it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it was killer
Of your youth.
in that sense. You know, just with your strategy, I would add maybe as the reasons to believe. See how Michael did, for example. He used some quotes from two guys that at the end he's serving the purpose of this guy was inspired by this. So without him, he couldn't exist. Boom. Same thing you need to do with this one. Just, I'm not saying that you have to quote rappers or anything. I'm saying do whatever you want in terms of 80s nostalgia. That is like the concept overall of your day. And then give it a little breathe. It's that, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to sing this. No, I'm just saying, just add something there. That, oh, what's the why? Why it connected to the inner youth? Because boom. Create it and then feel it. You know what I mean?
Well done.
Thank you.